everyone. Welcome to another episode of the MKR Parent Chat. This is designed to keep parents and guardians informed of what's happening in RVA, including resources, programs, and events. And today we have Dr. Monica Ball, who is an accomplished entrepreneur and community leader from Henrico County. Through her nonprofit, Rising Towards Success, Dr. Ball equips her community's children through the annual back to school rally with the tools that they need to thrive, provide essential back to school supplies. She also holds family workshops and is well known for her annual RVA Community Fun Day. And now she is adding children's book author to the list of accomplishments because today she will be sharing some details about an exciting new project and series that I'm looking forward to learning more about. But before we get to that, Dr. Ball, we've known each other personally for quite a while now.
Yeah.
And for those who are meeting you for the first time, could you share a little
hmm
bit about yourself and what motivated you to become a children's book author?
Well, I think you did a great job right there. I just wanted to add that I love our community. Community is in my DNA. And now adding children's book author, it was never something by me, it was by God. And I just want to thank the supportive people that they're excited about this project. And first of all, you are my first media to speak about this event. So ain't God works his way out because I was just doing small little press. And but we have so many people want this book. And when you said what driven me to do it is family. And I always say I'm a little country girl from Emporia, Virginia, that loves my grandmother Irene Bird Taylor. That's one of the main characters, Grandma Birdie. And then you're going to meet our little great friend, Danny Boy Birdie, which is a reflection of my uncle that was born with special abilities. And he is Daniel, was his real name, but we decided to do Danny Boy Birdie. And it's just a whimsical town. It all happens in the bustling Birdville, USA. So it's a reflection of Emporia, Virginia. And we just love the fact that children love the wholesome and the make-believe fantasy that is actually, these characters can actually exist, which they do. It's just another form.
Yeah.
So we decided to do a half bird and half human to reflect a situation where I had gotten sick back in 2010. And I saw my mother, Janice Ball, she saw the image of a bird that just hovering over me, protecting me while I was fighting for my life. And from the great nurses and doctors at St. Mary's Hospital in Richmond, Virginia, I would not be here today. And also the man upstairs. So I always want to give grace to them. And that part did give me my activism, but also that's where the journey, the Birdie family started.
So let's talk about that series. So your book
hmm
series is
hmm
called The Birdie Family, and
hmm
you said earlier that it's based off of two central characters, so Danny Boy
hmm
and Grandma Birdie.
hmm
So tell us more about these characters and some of their
hmm
adventures.
Yeah, the main one, of course, Grandma Birdie. I always wanted to pay homage to my grandmother, Corrine Irene Bird Taylor. I always do this joke. You want to know why they name her Bird? Because she could fry that bird, baby. And she was a great cook. And in Emporia, Virginia, and anybody know about the East Coast and the Southern, we are very hospitable, and that's where my grandmother was. Very charming, had a little Southern accent. And she always embodied God first, family too. And she loved her garden. And we intentionally, when the people see Grandma Birdie, she has her hat on, and then she also has her church clothes and her one little pearls. My grandma was very conservative. And just as the Southern Baptist Christians or Christian faith, old school, very conservative, knees down, dresses down, didn't hardly wear any pants. Back then you had to look a certain way for your Sunday best. But we intentionally wanted grandmother Birdie to look like she's a Southern girl with her little hat, her little pocketbook, church hat. And inside her, a little secret that you don't know, and then also now the listeners going to know of your great show is that she has her Bible inside there. My grandmother always carried in her favorite pocketbook her favorite scriptures and also her Bible. So she always wanted to carry her faith with her 24/7 whenever she leave the house. And then the second character, Danny Boy Birdie, he is the youngest of the Birdie family. And as we grow with this, CJ, you're going to learn about Danny Boy's siblings. He had additional four more siblings,
Mm,
and then Grandpa Birdie. Because how can Danny Boy be made without a grandpa? But
exactly.
we intentionally wanted to introduce those two. So let me get back on Danny Boy. He's the youngest of the Birdie family. So it's Grandma Birdie's fifth child, and he was a special bird. He was born out of God and love, and he was an unexpected bird baby. And so with that, we intentionally had Danny dressed in his schoolboy clothes because my grandmother was very particular about Danny dressing well. And as you know, in our faith, because people always ask me, I always said they are the first African American bird family. But even though they are African American bird family, they were everybody's family because that's how my grandmother was. She embraced everybody. So Danny Boy have on his schoolboy clothes, and you'll see his image like that. And then he also have his glasses because you know he all of it's going to come out that the family wears glasses. And so find out that Danny's different than the rest of his siblings. But he didn't know that. And that's how my grandmother treated him. She treated him just like the other kids, but she kept a little special eye on him. So as we go along, I wanted to write the subject matter that it's okay to be different. That is our main theme with the Birdie family. It's okay to be different because they wanted to celebrate Danny's difference. And with that, we also want to go on the hallmark of having children that's able community. This is an able acceptance book that it's okay to be different and then embrace your difference. And a lot of children that I've done research is that they always questioning why I'm different than the other kids or get bullied or pick on. But we want to think that guess what? You're cool because you're different. And guess what? You got a superhero talent within you. And that's how we treated Daniel as he's growing up real life, my uncle, which it almost seemed like he was a brother because my mother and my father took parental rights and brought Daniel from Emporia, Virginia to Richmond, which is Danny Boy Birdie, because in in the country, which is no fault of theirs, but it's lack of funding in the rural area. How do you deal with a special child and children don't understand or pick on you and do this and do that with that child is different? And he was picked on. So we wanted my mind as a writer to hone on my personal experiences and growing up because I saw it, and then as well do a whimsical approach that younger children that we're gearing to from two on up to at least about 10 or 11 because we did the research that actually gets what we're trying to express and do because having that period is very developmental for children because that's where they start questioning of who they are, what I'm doing, and why I'm like the way I am. So that's why we named the title, Why Am I Different, Grandma Birdie? He's basically asking why I'm not like my siblings. I'm different. And how did he find out he heard the word different for the first time when he goes to Little Wings Academy? And kids didn't understand why is he different.
Wow, that's amazing. And it touches on
Mm-hmm.
so many things that even, as my son who is autistic,
Mm-hmm.
having to go through and
Yes.
discovering that, hey, I'm kind of different than some of these other students in the class. So having
Mm-hmm.
a resource and being able to share that with families, I think that
Mm-hmm.
it's absolutely amazing. So I'm so glad that you are
Thank you,
you're
CJ, for
spearheading this. I
saying
love
that. I didn't even notice
it.
because the autistic families in which I don't want to share all of everyone's experiences, but they have embraced me. Our personal sorority sisters, her son is autistic. And I mean, it's coming out the woodworks. As soon as I say that he's different, I mean, even the little people community. I had this, and I didn't even think about this. And they said, Monica, he's a little person, ain't he? They picked it up right away. And I
Yeah.
said, yes. And they was like, I want to get some books because my child has been picked on because as they growing older, he gets to picking and staring. And I explained to them as we expanded, Danny's going to be at that developmental age and deal with a lot more of the children. But his core friends that originally picked on him, they're going to protect. So we're going to try to give the message out to CJ that children that that's normal, be their protector and guide against those other ones that don't understand this. And we're hoping that the school systems already don't want to name the one, but they're already on board with this because um, I even shared about the situation in Amelia with that 17-year-old boy just recently in the news that got killed because of bulliness. And I told him why we don't start at a young age. Because when children get to a bigger age, it's got out of hand. So that's why I want to move it up. And even they asked me, some of the middle and high school, is it growing big? And I said, I don't want to share him yet as being big yet. We do have the mascots, and of course, people say, is he going to be small? No, we wanted to still be an average like mascots, because more
Yeah.
adults can work than a child. And I understand and a couple of people fought me on that. And I said, but you got to understand, child labor laws. It may be hot in that suit. I'd rather work with adult professional. So let's keep it like that. It's other animals that's small. They still have a big mascot. And then explain people. You're not going to agree with everything I do, but just think about the message. That is very important. And I can't wait to share about the song coming out that I'm really excited to get out to everybody.
Absolutely. Take Macaroni Kid Richmond wherever you go with Macaroni Kid Richmond's mobile. Click on our website or scan QR code, download to your phone or tablet's home screen, and you're set. Download today and don't miss out on another opportunity for family fun. Absolutely. So here
Yeah.
at Macaroni Kid Richmond, we specialize in
Hmm.
helping families find their family fun. So our last
Okay.
question to you is, how does your
Hmm.
family like to have fun?
Well, our family likes to have fun and dancing. So
Mm.
that's why I created a cool little pop song because they got to be okay. It's okay to be different. So it's almost like back in my childhood. I'm not scared of shame. I'm 47, going to be 48 this year. So I am between the 80s and 90s baby. And so the
Mhm.
producer, Ed Peterson, which did the musical, he found the young lady named Latisse, and she's 11 years old. And he said, Monica, I think this 11-year-old would be great singing the song. And I can't wait to send you the sample of it. And then you can use it for the background. But it's okay to be different. Just be who you are. Be like a colorful sun. I just wanted to embrace that little message. And so I love to dance and growing up, my family, we love music and dance. And so let's have a cute little dance beat for the kids to dance to. And also the mascots will be of Grandma Birdie and Danny Boy Birdie. So I'm excited for everybody to see it soon.
So where can we purchase your book? Where can we find more
Okay.
information?
Okay. Well, right now, my website developer said we got to get this going. I say we are because I'm very particular. We actually developing that. It's going to be on www.thebirdiefamily.com.
Okay.
We have the website out. And right now we have the one pager. You'll see Grandma Birdie and Danny Boy said that they coming soon from Birdville, USA. That's where the town that it resides in. So just hold tight. We have there also, it's going to be ADA compliant because we definitely going for the able children and the able families. So we want it to be, so we're very meticulous in how we want things. And there on the one pager, you can sign up your name, number, and also we have a thing, are you over such and such age, because
Right.
when this thing really goes, children might go because they are so crafty on this internet. So we're gonna have
True.
them log on to there and ask if they are available in their age, okay? And but adults can sign on there, but it'll be available, and we're really pushing to be in June.
I
We already have some dates
know.
coming up. One event that I told you about, the Jerusalem Baptist Church, they're going to be performing. Actually, they are first in the church. And if anybody wants book us for readings, actually a fun performance, and also a talk, we're already available for that. We're going to have everything accessible on the site where they can do bookings for the mascot, bookings for events, and also information about myself, the reasoning exactly why we're doing this, and a little more in depth of the characters. And also, once we get that developed, we're gonna wait on Amazon because Barnes and Nobles want it first.
Mhm.
Because Amazon, they blocks you out for 90 days. And in talking to some of the reps from Barnes and Nobles, that that's their competitors. So we will have it on Ingram, and also we are working on getting hard copy books as well. When I go out to book signings and book readings where they can purchase through me, or they can be able to purchase on the sites and as well as the other outlets.
Awesome. Thank you so much for being here and sharing
Yes.
about the Birdie family. I'm so excited, and hopefully we be able to
Hmm.
have some time where we can invite some of our kids in RVA to visit the Birdie
Yes.
family as well. So that is
Yes.
it for now. But thank you so much, everyone. Take care. Have a good day.
Here comes Danny Boy Birdie with his big happy smile. He's wearing his dark glasses, shining all the while. In his bright white shirt, he's ready to play. Danny shows us it's okay to be different every day. With his cheerful laughter, he dances around, spreading joy and kindness all over the town. It's okay to be different, just be who you are. Shine like a big bright rainbow, 'cause you're a colorful star. Don't be afraid to be different, it's true. That's what makes you special, just being you.
Subscribe to our website where you'll receive weekly updates on all things MKR.